to everyone. My name is Luis Carlos Nájera, and today I'm gonna make this video for codewithcharlie.com. In this video, we're gonna talk about, or we're gonna explain the different types in Python. What is a type? In this case, a type is also a variable type. We're gonna talk about three basic types and a complex type. There's not like exactly a number of basic types, but we're gonna consider three basic types and a complex one. The first one we're gonna work with is gonna be the int, that stands for integer. The second one is gonna be the string. The string is a chain of chars. The third one is gonna be a float. Those are able to perform operations, mathematical operations with float point, with a dot. And the char, the character, only one letter or number represented as a character. So let's begin with the integer. Here we have a demo code about the integer. Here, I have my variable definition. In this case, I'm not gonna put any prefix or something. And what those mean here? These mean they are an array, or in other languages is called an array, but we're gonna talk about this later. This is a simple variable definition, and we're gonna start to read our code. Here starts the first section of the code. Here we got a print that will explain what this program will do. This program will calculate the area of a three-dimensional parallelogram with no decimal number. In this case, when we say this, it's going to be like a cube, 4 times 4 times 4, or another cube of 4 times 4 times 7. In this case, it's going to be a parallelogram because they're going to have all the sides of a cube, but different, all the sides, but different sizes. So let's begin. Here we're gonna ask for the height. So once that we got the height, we need to convert it to an integer. This is the way to convert to an integer here in Python. Once that we convert it, now we are able to perform mathematical equations or operations is the correct word. Yeah. When we got this without the integer, without this one, we're going to get an input and we're going to get the number, but we're not going to be able to perform any operation, any mathematic operation with it. So that's why we need to convert it to integer first. So I hope this is clear. Once that we want to make an input, we need to put integer. We need to put this and then close it and inside the conversion. Like in this case, if you want to convert a char, a char or something to integer, it's very easy, but it has to be a number. But we're gonna convert a float. Okay, so it's like int 12.3. And it's gonna convert it just like that. Now here we get an integer, but okay, let's review the code. Then here we ask for the width of the parallelogram, and in the end we ask for the length. We know that the total of the area is in a three-dimensional figure. It's the base or the height times the width times the length. Okay, so let's perform this operation. I'm gonna make the next video. It's gonna be about how to run Python programs here in the bash. I know a lot of people would like to know how to do that. So we're gonna start with changing direction to documents / Python. There we are. Now that we're in the Python folder, we're gonna run my int.py python3, and .py. And it's gonna start. It's running now, yeah? And here we got the part. This program will calculate the area of a three-dimensional parallelogram with no decimal numbers. What we referred with no decimal numbers, we're talking about just a 5 or a 6 or a 7 without any point, So let's calculate the one that I proposed you. 4 times 4 times 4. Yep. We got 64, right? Because 4 to the cube is equal to 64. We're going to do it with 100 again. So with 10 and 10 and 10, and we need to get 1,000, right? Yeah, 1,000 cubic meter. So this program works, but because we're using integers, if we run it and we put like 2.5, we're gonna get this error right here. This is a mistake, a syntaxis mistake, because it's impossible to convert this to an integer because it couldn't be stored there. So this is the application to the integer. It's when there's no midpoints, you only get complete numbers. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, we're going to strings. Or well, we're gonna talk first about the floats. Here are the floats. Here are again the libraries, or I like to call them arrays because I program a lot in Java. So now here we have another variable that is a result, right? Right here, when I put a 0.0, automatically I'm converting this into one float. It's not an integer. Now it's a float because we got a floating point here. So let's review this. This program will calculate the average of height in a family of 6 in the format of meters, points, centimeters, right? I don't know why I choose 6 people, but we're gonna do it. Here we're gonna introduce the height of the father, then the height of the mother, then the height of the son or daughter, and go on until the son of daughter number 4. Then here we're gonna use our array to calculate the average, right? The number of the first plus the number of the second plus the number of the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth over 6. And now here where it's gonna print the result. So let's run it and test it, right? The same way we did the last time. We're gonna put right here, change our direction to documents / Python. Then, now that we are in Python, we're gonna run it. For me, it's called Python tree float.py. Float.py. This program will calculate the average of height in a family of 6 in the formats of meter and centimeters. In this case, my father's height is 1.80. My mother is 1.65. I am 1.80. My brother is 1.78. I don't have more brothers or sisters, so I'm gonna take random values like 1.70 and 1.58. So this is the average of the height of my family if I got those 2 imaginary brothers that I don't have, but it's okay. This is the result in meters, 1.71833. Why? Because this is a floating point operation, so we're gonna get all the decimals that we can until we close the cycle here in the 5. So I hope this float is clear right now, and we're gonna work now with the string, right? Here it is. I make something complex for you. Here, I'm assigning to a variable language. This is like a string or a char type right here. I'm saying that that variable right there is gonna receive a string, or it's gonna receive text or numbers that are not gonna be used for compare or execute mathematical equations or resolutions. So here name equal to name. This is a string. This is a char. That's the difference. This is one character. This is four characters. It's a string of characters. I hope that is clear. If it's not, please send me a message or something and I will help you. So now here we got this program will ask you which language you speak and will say hello in your language. Okay? The language options are S for Español, and EN for English, DE for Deutsch, and FR for French. I don't know how to say that. And now it's it's gonna ask us for the language that we speak. In this case, we don't need to make any conversion, right? Why? Because when we put something in the terminal, that means all the data is coming in. It's a char if it's only one value, or it's a string if there are more than one variable, more than one value here in Python. In other languages, it's weird because you always get a string and you need to extract that value to a char. But I will explain that later in Java. But here, okay, we're gonna choose our language and then we make this LF situation. I can make a switch case, but I guess that's too advanced. I guess this is easier for you to understand. Then we will optimize maybe this program with switch cases. And here, if the language is equal to EN, capital letter, or EN, one capital and one no capital letter, or EN in lowercase, it's going to be the same result. We don't want to put always because the capitalization is important in this language. So we don't want to get any error or mistake that I put EN in lowercase and it says no, it's not available. We don't want that. So that's why we put in every one of them the one with upper cases, with lower cases, and that's mixed. And it will answer you depending on the language you speak, right? Let's run it so you can see how it works. It's like this. We are already on Python 3. I didn't close my terminal, well, my bash, and we're gonna run a string .py. Yeah, string .py. This program will ask you which language you speak and will say hello in your language. The language options are ES for Español, EN for English, DE for Deutsch, and FR for French. So we're gonna choose a language, English. In lower cases, it doesn't really matter because we already considered that in our code. What's your name? My name is Luis Carlos. Luis Carlos. There we got it. Hello, Luis Carlos. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. So that's how it works. We're gonna run it again in Spanish now. Maybe we got any Spanish speaker here. ¿Cómo te llamas? My name is Luis Carlos. And hello, Luis Carlos. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Hola, Luis Carlos. Que tengas un hermoso día. It will print what it wants to, depending of the language. Like now, we're gonna try it with Deutsch. In German, choose your language, Deutsch. Wie heißt du? Mein Name ist Luis Carlos. Hallo, Luis Carlos. Du hast eine schöne Tage. Hello, Luis Carlos. I hope you get a beautiful day. So yeah, that's how this string works. And in the end, we're gonna work with the char. Why the char is in the end? Because this is an exam, and it's a little more complex for you because we are using a lot of weird concepts. First of all, I make here what is an array of a lot of chars. You will say, oh, it's not like a string. No, because they are separated dates, separate data, and also they could be modified in a different way. I could modify this 0 to anything else, and the one in the corner will never get affected by. So here, those are integers, and the result, it's a float. This is like a composition of them. This program will simulate a digital test or quiz. Yeah, this is gonna work. Oh well, this is how we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it as a test or a quiz to prove everything you learned today. So, this program will simulate, that is clear, how many types of variables we'll review today in Python. We will run it, and you need to answer me. Remember, we review integer, string, float, and char. So yeah, here is if my result is equal to D or everything else, the answer is correct, right? And the total is going to be equal to total, that right now it's 0, here, right here, to 1. You will see why later. Then, if the result was not D, we'll print the incorrect answer. The correct answer is D. So it's exactly the same with them. And in the end, we got three questions. If you want this code, I'm gonna upload it to GitHub, and you can download it for free and make any modifications if you want to make it larger test or more options. Everything is possible with it. This is for you. So in the end, the total, the result, it's gonna be equal to a total times 10 over 3, that it's equal to 3.33333. Yeah, no doubt. And in the end, it will print the result, right? We're gonna run it one last time, change out our directory or direction to document slash Python. There we are. Now we're gonna run with Python 3 char.py. There we got it. How many types of variables we'll review today in Python? Well, we review 4, right? Yeah, we put D, and there we are. Correct answer. Then, which type can we store a whole word? Well, in which one can we? In a string, in an integer, in a float, or a character. In this case, the answer is the A. Now I'm gonna do it in capital letters, so you see it also works. Correct answer. Which type can store numbers with decimal points? That's a good question. It's not the string. The string can store words, not numbers. So it's integer or float. Which one it is? I guess it's float, right? It's easy. Because the floating point, we marked C in lowercase, and it will run. Hi, correct answer. Your final rate is 10.0. What will happen if you fail in one? Here is incorrect. Then here it's I don't know, it's incorrect. And here I will be correct. Here with the float. And my result is 33333 because this value over here, the grade, it's a float. So I hope you understand everything. If you get any doubt or any question for me, contact me. Go and visit also my about me page in my site. You will know a little more about me. You will know what I'm coding here. You will know why I like to teach, and you will know why I am able to teach you all, or I hope I can. So thank you for watching. Sorry for the long video, and I hope you have a nice day.